Hi, I'm your host, JV247, and welcome back to... I'm only going to be touching the base game of Dying Light, so this will not include the Dying Light the following the DLC that came with it. Anyways, get your snacks and drinks, sit back and relax as I go over. To start off, let's talk about the story of Dying Light. It has such a wide variety of characters that are compelling to learn about. This is because I truly enjoyed learning about the characters and why they were doing what they were doing in the world. Even though I say this, there's one flaw with it, and it's the underdeveloped main antagonist. This is because he had all this potential to be a great bad guy, but they don't really explain his backstory other than little snippets and pieces of it that you can get from the dialogue. Now then, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the gameplay. The parkour is one of the best gameplay loops in any parkour game. This is because it's fun and enjoyable to jump from one building to the next to escape zombies. Even though I say this, the missions in Dying Light 1 feels kind of repetitive. I say this because it boils down to go here, do this, run back here to talk to this guy type of missions. With that in mind, the game does have a decent crafting system. It might not be the best out there, but it does its job pretty well. Now, with that being said, I might as well say this, it's a small nitpick, but the zombies and special infected seem to just be copied and pasted everywhere. Because I remember after playing a mission that a special infected was introduced in, it seemed like they were just in every other subsequential quest after that point on. Let's talk about the sounds and music from Dying Light. The weapons, such as the metal pipe hitting something, sounds amazing, and all the weapon sounds are a chef's kiss on what is decent weapon sounds should sound like in games. Even though I say this, I cannot sugarcoat it. I cannot for the life of me remember more than one song from this game. The only song that I do remember is... Other than that single song, most of the songs are very forgettable because I cannot remember any other than that one. With that being said, the opposite can be said about the graphics. The weapons look decent for what they are. Also, when they are damaged, they actually do show the wear and tear on the weapon, which is amazing for any game to have. Even though I say this, the zombie outfits look like it was just copied and pasted all over the place. I remember fighting the same firefight looking heavy zombie multiple times in a row in the same quest. With that being said, the environment looks amazing and cinematic at the same time. I truly find myself going AFK to look out at the city and see what's going on. We are finally here at the final stop on my thoughts about this game. Let's talk about replayability. The base game is fun to replay just for the parkour system and fighting zombies. This is because you can go hours just running around the world and fighting things to your heart's content. With that being said, it feels like you gain almost nothing when you replay from the very beginning other than extra points for the skill trees. So I personally wouldn't play the game more than once, or the base game that is. So in conclusion, Dying Light is a fun game with its gameplay, but it has super generic story. Anyways, it's time for everyone's favorite moment. Is Dying Light a cop or drop? Drum roll, please. I have to say it's a... This game's worth it, the full price they're asking for. It's rare that I say this, but Dying Light is one of the very few exceptions to this. I also personally feel like you can enjoy the game without playing the following DLC, contrary on what everyone says. Anyways, with that being said, it's time for the ranking on the tier list. I have to rank Dying Light in the C tier. I say this because even though the gameplay is fun, the generic story plot keeps it from being in B tier. Anyways, as always, this is my thoughts and opinions about Dying Light. Let me know if you would have changed the tiers to B or better. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and it would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, see you guys on the next copper drop. Peace.